staying in touch with your coaches and teammates? Are you guys playing together?
We have a group chat and we talk to each other every once in a while and get some updates from what's going on and with MLB and stuff like that. But yeah, just yeah, that's all that. There's nothing really going on.
Are a lot of the guys still in Arizona, or most of the guys are spread out now?
I think everybody's spread out a little bit. There's some guys that stay here that live in California, and some guys that already live here, obviously. So
Oh, that's dope. That's
stay
dope.
here.
So you were talking a little bit about some of the home workouts you were doing. So can you dive a little bit deeper into those home workouts that you are doing? I know you said a little about band work, and what are some things that kids could do from home that that you're kind of doing and participating in that people can do from their house?
Yeah, well, I'm doing it like
At the field, you were
it's
saying, right?
yeah, the field with like the fences. I attach the bands and stuff. But I mean, at home you can do push-ups, you can do triceps, you can do a bunch of squat. And you can always Google some home workouts on YouTube. So yeah,
No, it's
that's
really
what I will.
it's definitely
Yeah,
got to innovate. You know, got to
yeah,
kind of got to go back to when there was really no gym and just kind of figure it out for yourself.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know you're obviously a really, really positive dude. So, what are you doing right now to kind of keep yourself in a good mindset? Ready, like, still ready for the season, but also understanding that, there is no season. So, like, what are you doing, like, right now, excuse me? What are you doing to, like, kind of keep yourself in a good mindset?
Just trying to stay active. Go outside where there's not a lot of people. Obviously, go outside and get some sweat going. I read a couple books. I've been reading here and there.
What are you
Hang
reading?
out. I just read the Bible for now.
There you
I
go.
ha
Very cool.
I haven't bought my book yet for the season. But just stay active. I've been cooking. I've been cleaning the house a lot. It's just non-stop, just moving around, playing a lot of video games. Obviously, I've been playing a lot, pretty intense video game competition with these guys. It's pretty stressful to be honest. Like, it's more stressful than the game, actually, the
Yeah.
actual game. Yeah.
Well, is
But
that,
yeah, I've been. Yeah, just go outside, see the sun a little bit, and then come back and at least and say at the end of the day that you at least did something. So
yeah, no, 100%. So, talk a little about like, well, this is kind of a good idea because we actually did that with our fans. Maybe we'll get you involved. We did like an MLB The Show tournament where we had like 32 kids enter, and they all just played Diamond Dynasty against each other, which was really cool. So we did like a little group
yeah.
chat up, kind of like what you're doing.
Hmm.
So I think that's something that these kids could do if you guys have MLB The Show or just any video game. Honestly, hop on. I know there's a new Call of Duty mode that's pretty dope too that I saw.
Yeah.
Um, but just hop on. Yeah, I think playing video games, staying connected with kids as best as they can would be really good idea as well.
Hmm.
But talking a little about like the playing days now and like getting into a little about who you are there. Can you walk us through a little bit of how you got to where you are today? Playing professional baseball. Being one of the top of your position. I mean, you were ranked top 10 in your position, and I mean you're a damn good ball player. So can you walk us through kind of your career?
Uh, well, I started in the Dominican. I got a scholarship to go play high school in Long Island, and then
Oh, really?
yeah, I moved to a JUCO in Oklahoma. Uh, because that was the only, I guess, place that pretty much offered me, and uh, and then I got drafted from there with the Astros, and I was in the Astros system for like 4 years, something like that, 3, 4 years, and then they traded me to the A's, and yeah, that's how I got to the big leagues.
Very cool. So you said school in Long Island, New York?
Yeah, yeah, high
Oh,
school,
which school is that?
Upper Room Christian School.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm from Long Island, so that's why I was
yeah,
curious.
Big
Okay.
Hills. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. I grew up 5-10 minutes from there.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, that's funny. So you said you were in the Astros organization. When did you actually make your major league debut?
August 3rd, I believe. Yeah, August 3rd.
I'm sorry?
August 3rd.
August 3rd of which
Yeah.
year?
2018.
So talk me through that, man, because not many people get there. Like, what was that day like for you? What can you walk me through a little about what you remember from that day?
What it was, I was trying to stay as mellow as I can that whole day, which I did but I knew when when I was gonna step in the play was gonna be a little bit different. And yeah, it was pretty different. But yeah, some nerves around the body, some you feel warm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna swing first pitch, and then I'm like, oh wait, I can't swing first pitch. I'm 2 inches right now, so
So what was the first at bat? What did it end up being?
ground ball to shortstop.
Okay. And when was the first hit? Was it that game or was it a couple games later?
Yeah, it was that game to walk it off, hit a liner to a right field wall, and to walk it off. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's a pretty damn good way to get your first hit, man.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
That's solid. That's solid. So throughout your career, like who was kind of like some influential people that have kind of helped guide you throughout, minors and to the major leagues, or even through little league and high school? Like who are some people that kind of helped get you through?
I mean, that's a pretty big list right there. It's obviously it comes from the bottom, from since I grew up. It comes from my uncle telling my dad to make me play baseball, and then my godfather making me go to the winter ball games and watch them play when I was little, and then the support from my parents, and obviously all the coaches that have thrown me at least one baseball for practice, and yeah, and all that stuff, and obviously the ones in the minor leagues, college, high school, college, and minor league, all those guys. So it's a pretty big list on that one.
Fair enough. What about some of the best advice that they've given you, whether that was just mentally or even like for your game? Like, is there some certain advice that has stuck with you since like your younger playing days that you still use to this day?
Yeah, I mean, recently to make it more something recently, I think is just have your have a plan at the plate right now. That's what like a purpose, not giving up pitches, stuff like that. And I think on during the just working to get to like a good spot, like a hot streak.
Right.
You can't force it. You just gotta wait for it. But you gotta work through to it, until it shows up. And you stay patient for. You're not gonna get it right away, like the results that you want. Maybe not, maybe yeah, but you gotta keep working every day to get that good month, good couple of weeks that makes you in a good rhythm for into the into the end of the season.
100%. Now, can you walk me through a little bit about what is your mindset at the plate, like for the younger hitters that like what's something that they could bring to their game, like when they step up to the plate? Because like you said, you want to have somewhat of an approach. You don't want to go up there clueless, especially at the level that you're at. You're going to get diced up 1, 2, 3 without having an
Yeah,
approach. So, what's kind of like your mindset, your approach? Sometimes, I mean, I'm sure it depends on numerous situations and the pitcher and all of that,
yeah.
but kind of a general mindset that you do have that some of these kids can use going up to the plate.
Uh, well, I just see fastballs most of the times. Obviously, I sit on pitches sometimes, but because I know the guy that is throwing to me. Uh, but obviously, it just depends who's pitching. But the most basic approach I have is just kind of like sit on fastball and right down the middle, up in the zone, right down the middle. Yeah, that's what
Just wait
I
for your pitch.
just wait for it right there, and just say yes, 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 and know if I don't want to hit it, like just kind of yes, 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 like when I hit it, and then if I like it, and then just no, like shut it down, like right at that second that I don't feel like I will hit the ball hard.
Yeah, and that's pretty crazy that you're saying that too, because I mean it's coming. It's not like you could literally have time to say that too. Like
Yeah,
it's
you gotta
very.
practice that. Yeah, like
What's up?
you gotta practice that. Like on the pitching machine, tracking some bullpens and all that stuff. That's that's what makes it a little bit easier in the game.
So is that what you really probably assume use spring training for? Is like tracking pitches and saying that in your
Yeah,
head, like yes, 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 here, no, 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 like really using that time to like just get your mindset better.
yeah, yeah. I just track a bunch of pitches during on before the game, like on the machine, a bunch of curveballs, righty, lefties, a slider, righty, lefty, fastball, and yeah, just see a bunch of pitches. I don't swing that much. I just swing off the tee and a couple like overhand, and that's it. Less than like 20, the less than like 30, 25 swings in total. But then after that, I just got on the machine right away,
Very
and
cool. So
I track a lot of pictures
that's
too.
not yeah. So what would you say? How long does it? So would you say it takes you a little bit less time than maybe the average player to kind of like get ready for the season? Like maybe you only need like how many like games does it say or pitches or at bats would you say it takes you to be like where you want to be for the season?
I still don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out what's my number. I don't think I have a number right now. I mean, I feel good. It's just the the results might the results are always in July. I don't know why, but I always feel good. I always feel good at the plate. But we'll see. We'll see. I have a different approach this year going out to spring training. So
Right, right. So July's your hot month, huh? That's when the numbers start rising.
yeah, every year it's the same thing in July. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
So maybe if the season starts in July, you'll come out the gate swinging like 400s in a month.
Yeah, right. That would be great.
That wouldn't be too bad. So, growing up, what was your favorite team growing up? Did you have a favorite team, or and then also some of your favorite all-time players that you maybe emulate yourself after?
Well, I wouldn't emulate myself to nobody, but everybody has their own different style. But I think growing up, Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, I would watch the Yankees a lot when I was growing up. So yeah,
There you go. We're on the same page there, man. I love that.
yeah.
What about your favorite baseball memory? Whether that was younger or in the bigs. Do you have any of your favorite baseball memories that kind of stick with you to this day?
Yeah, just getting drafted. It was because I knew as soon as the door were open, I was gonna take the advantage of it and make the most
Where
out of it.
Where'd you get drafted? Like what round was that?
16 round,
Okay, by the
2014.
Astros.
Yeah.